Okay, another day, another phone. Why is this? Because last night on my night shift, plugged in my Moto G4 when it was down to 10% battery, plugged it into the main socket. Everything looked fine. 3 to 4 hours later, it was on 11%. Is that normal? No. So I took it back to Argos just now, and I'd like to say a big thank you to Argos. They didn't quite take my word for it, because they tested it and said that it's charging and the lights, the zigzag is on the battery light, but I merely pointed out that I had 3 to 4 hours of charging that, and it didn't charge. So they still agreed to swap it for me, even though they didn't quite believe me, but there you go. So today is a very exciting day, because I'm unboxing what is a fairly recent phone to the market. It is one of Sony's first ever proper budget phones, the Xperia E5. They haven't really done a budget phone at all, and in the sense that it's a budget phone but it has strong spec. I think it has a 13 megapixel camera. Anyway, we're going to discover all that shortly, hopefully. I hope this is not someone's unwanted item, because the sellotape didn't have Sony written on it. It's just plain tape, which I'm entirely sure comes out on the video. Probably does. Anyway, time for an unboxing. Let's do this. There's my lovely, gorgeous phone. One thing I do know about Sony, no matter what kind of knocks they get, and they have had quite a good few hard knocks from all over the internet the last few years for their phones and all sorts, they know how to make a solid phone that you can rely on. This much I do know. I may not be an expert, but I have had experience of a Sony phone before. Oh my god, it's all scratched. Not really. Not very Sony-like protection there. Trying to avoid my reflection like last time. God, that was just embarrassing. What I really love about this phone is that it doesn't have a glass back. I had a Z2, and putting a glass back on a phone is a really bad idea, because no matter how careful you are, it will scratch. I will guarantee you that right now. So that's a really nice touch. And not only that, I believe that is metal. Can't guarantee that. Even if it's plastic, who cares? It's going to be a lot more robust than Gorilla Glass or whatever other glass will ever be. There is your guarantee of quality. Sony lens. Of course, they make their own lenses. Ask any iPhone user. Because Sony make their lenses as well. Because Apple aren't actually capable of making a great deal themselves. They have to get decent companies to make their stuff. Okay, well, that's a phone. What can I say about it? It's a decent size, and it's 5.1 inches apparently. What else do we have? Let me move the camera down. Not that far. Here we have a blank piece of cardboard. Isn't that just thrilling? Are you thrilled now? Are you desperately wanting more? I can show you more. Look, it's playing on the other side as well. It's stunning. I know you're blown away right now. Okay, what else do we get? Minimalist contents. That I'm happy about. Startup guide. Again, they're doing what all smartphone manufacturers are doing. Not catering whatsoever to anyone that's never bought a smartphone before. So if this is your very first smartphone and you're wondering, what the hell do I do now? Tough. You're just going to have to prod around and hope for the best. As according to every single mobile phone manufacturer in 2016, you already know how to use a smartphone by now, don't you? Yeah, you don't need to be told anything, because you can do it all already, can't you? Even if you've never owned one before. Well, at least you best hope so. Nice. Sony, oh, what? Green heart? What the hell is that? I don't know. I'm going to research what that actually means. See, this is one thing that I forgot to point out, or, well, mainly because I didn't actually notice it, yesterday with the unboxing of the Moto G4. No flexibility, zero flexibility in the charging, in the sense that here, as like my Asus charger, USB socket for the lead to plug into, to if you want to charge it at the mains, but maybe you don't want to charge it at the mains, you've only got access to, or you want to charge it next to your laptop or next to your PC. That is up to you. That's your choice that you're free to make. And you can with Asus and Sony, and I'm sure other manufacturers as well, although they're few and far between to choose from these days because everyone's buying everyone else out. So I like that. Oh my god, that is about 1 meter, easily 1 meter of cable. Obviously I'm not going to stretch it out and show you my messy room in here. You just have to believe me. That's a 1 meter long cable. That is long. Maybe it's even more than 1 meter, I don't know. It might be more than 1 meter, you know. I'm impressed. It's a very nice thick wire. I like that. Must have Sony on the end. Come on, Sony camera. Focus on Sony, being Sony. If you want to see Sony, then be a Sony looking at Sony. Oh my god, it's given up. No, there you go. No, not interested. Okay, I give up. It's probably focusing 0.2 milliseconds after I gave up. That is all you get in the box. What else do you need? Apart from an instruction manual, if you've never owned a smartphone before, of course, but who cares about those people? Yeah, clearly not anybody. Well, the phone feels nice, very nice. Edges are rounded. Don't know how comfortable that's going to be to hold for any length of time. I'll soon find that out, but it's a much more comfortable size than the Moto G4 because it is smaller. Screen to body ratio though is about the same. It's even less on the edges than the Moto G4. You can just about see that, I think, where the actual screen ends. There you go. You can see. That's nice. And it has a nice Sony at the top. I always want that, so that people know I'm not an Apple or a Samsung clone. Yes. Okay, I'm happy. Can't wait to test it out. The only unfortunate thing is it has a nano SIM, and I cannot stand nano SIMs. They're like, you basically need some tweezers to put it in your damn phone. So annoying. So there is my unboxing. I hope you found that useful and informative and exciting. Just like my voice right now, that sounds like a drunk person. That's because I'm tired. I've just come off a night shift. So I'm going to bed now. And I may even review that phone when I start using it. So, good night.